Here we go. This is the day the Lord hath made. Let us raise our voices and rejoice. Sunday morning, and here we are, coming together from near and far. We're unity, home for you and for me. I've got family waiting for me. Every Sunday I'm glad to see we're unity, a home for you and for me. My, we're so happy it's Sunday. Our very own Unity Day. We're here where we belong with all of our family. We're unity, a home for you and for me. The sun is shining and I am too. Feel so happy, how about you? We're unity, a home for you and for me. We're so grateful that love abounds with our brothers and sisters all around. We're unity, a home for you and for me. My, we're so happy it's Sunday. This is our very own Unity Day. We're here where we belong with all of our family. We're unity, a home for you and for me. We're unity, a home for you and me.
Well, thanks, Jim. That was a rousing song to get us all pumped up for the day. Woohoo! Good morning, everyone. And welcome home to Unity of London, 501 Nelson Street, where in London, Ontario. Welcome back to our longtime members, our returning guests and first-timers, and all the people watching us now on Zoom, and those who will watch us later on YouTube. The month of November's power is release, also known as elimination. The color is russet, and it is located in the abdomen. The apostle is Thaddeus. He represents the expulsion of negative thinking. For instance, let go and grow. The affirmation is you want to repeat with me. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. Good. At Unity of London, we celebrate the spirit of abundance, life and love in our community as we grow together. We learn the joys of giving as well as receiving from each other. And the 5 principles, if you would like to read with me. Number 1, God is all good and active in everything, everywhere. Number 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is within me and with everyone. Number 4. Sorry, 3. I'm always jumping ahead or behind. I don't know what I'm doing here. 3. I create my experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. Number 4. Through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. Number 5. I do my best by living the truth I know. I make a difference. And how do we make a difference? When I practice being the change, smiling at or greeting others I meet, volunteering my time to help out, like the rummage sale, I am inspiring people to make a positive change in the world. So be the change you want to see in the world, as Gandhi said. And we coexist by providing fellowship and education for spiritual seekers in all walks of life. We provide book studies, online prayer Monday to Friday and Tuesday evenings, as well as online courses and spirit groups. And now we have another wonderful song by Jim.
And I don't like to lose my poppy because it reminds me of my dad and all the other people who gave up so much so we could be here today and worship together. I was driving this morning coming to the service and listening to the radio, and somebody was on the radio and they were saying stuff that I didn't agree with, and I found myself yelling at the radio. And it's not the first time lately that I've kind of noticed that I'm doing that, and I refer to it as get off my lawn syndrome, and it happens to a lot of us as we get older, and maybe some people who aren't so old, but it really bothers me. And as I was driving here and listening to that, and I was literally yelling at you idiot, you stupid fool, and I thought, you're really missing the point here, pal. You go to Unity every week and we all talk about compassion and loving one another and doing all those good things. And here you are allowing someone else's opinions to upset you in your life. And you really shouldn't do that. And then I get here. It's just, Unity for me is so much about epiphanies, about things that happen that I come here and Pauline or somebody will say something in the talk and I'll go, oh my God, yes. Well, what's November? It's about elimination, about letting go. And here am I walking in the door and I'm still kind of, you got to stop doing that, Jim. You can't do that stuff anymore. So I'm going to, with the apologies to our good friends, the Beatles. I'm going to put my glasses, I'm not apologizing for this, to the Beatles, but I'm going to apologize for what I'm going to do to their song. But I've done this song here before. And had people comment on it, and for me, it just this isn't what I plan to do. This is so. Anyway, here we go. Can't even talk. When I find myself weighed down with troubles, worry has me feeling low. I remember Mom saying, let it go. And in my hour of darkness, there is one thing that I surely know. Her words were words of wisdom. Let it go. 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 When trouble pulls me down, I must let it go. I need the power of spirit to push against the weight of woe. I fill my heart with love and let it go. When anger blocks my vision, 'cause I see a troubled road ahead, it cannot break my spirit if I let it go. Let it go. Let it go. The night is cloudy and darkness is the status quo. I know what must be done to let it go. My strength is that I recognize that fear and worry are my foes. So I fill my heart with love and let it go. Let it go. Go. Fill your heart with love and let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Thanks, Jim. That was a very nice song and keeping with the theme for today, for sure. Unity was formed on prayer. Silent unity started over 130 years ago by our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, who used to reply to prayer requests by handwritten letters. Later by a team of typists. Now we can call 1-800-NOW-PRAY and receive one-on-one prayer 24/7, 365 days a year, and online. And here at 501 Nelson Street, we have a prayer box at the front of our sanctuary where you can put the first name of the person you wish to pray for on a slip of paper in the backs of your chairs. And you can write their first name on the list and just put it in there, because we don't need to know what it's all about. We just have to have the name, because God knows. Then the prayer requests are prayed over by our prayer chaplains, and then they are sent on to Silent Unity for 30 days of prayer. Today after the service, you can pray with Lindsay, one of our prayer chaplains. She'll be wearing a prayer stole. She's happy to pray with you in either the small prayer room at the top of the orange stairs or in the spacious front room near the front door. Rather than have our prayer chaplains sit alone, we prefer that they are maybe accessible and able to enjoy fellowship. So that means they'll be sitting in the room and they'll have their prayer stole on so that you know who they are and you can chat and just tap her on the shoulder and she will go and pray with you. And for online prayer, we have Wilda. She's available to pray with anyone online who wishes prayer after service. Just put a request in your chat and we'll arrange a private room to pray with her. Now let's go into prayer. If you're comfortable, close your eyes or dim your gaze. Take a deep breath and relax into your chair. Put your feet flat on the floor to ground yourself if you wish, and your hands facing upwards on your lap. As we come together this morning, we are grateful for the opportunity to spend this time with our Unity community. We bless everyone attending spiritual gatherings, knowing that there are many paths to the one God. We bless all those watching on Zoom at home and those who will watch us later on YouTube. This month we hold in prayer Unity of Vancouver and Unity of York Study Group. Today as we pray, we are grateful for this time together. We go to our heart space and center ourselves on God. We take a deep breath and whisper the names of the people in our lives who need prayer. Blessed, loving Spirit, we have all come here today to learn about you and how to receive and use your divine power. One power with 12 aspects. As we pray, we imagine the things in our lives that we want to let go of, to make room for the good, the right, and perfect income, job, family, or friends. The upsets, the anger, the resentment. Let it all go and let God. God has big shoulders. We thank you for sharing with us your love and all your blessings. And so it is. Amen. And now I invite our platform assistant, Dawn Briglio, to read the daily word and introduce our speaker.
Thank you, Kate. Good morning to you all. Today's word is remembrance. I cherish the memories of my loved ones. Today I remember life is eternal as I honor my dear ones who have passed. I send love and light to those who have enriched my life. My heart beams with love and gratitude as I cherish the memories I hold so dearly. I honor and reflect on relationships that have meant so much to me. I open my heart, allowing myself to feel the tenderness of my emotions. I sense my relatives' love as I remember their presence is alive in my heart. I visit my memories in the stillness, grateful for the time we spent together. My beloved's love, wisdom, and strength are in me. As I remember these special ones, their memory will be a blessing that transcends time and space. Then he took the loaf of bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Luke 22, verse 19. Today's speaker is no stranger to us at Unity of London. Pauline has been an active prayer chaplain since 2012. She's a past president of our board of directors, a published author, and a certified life skills and communication coach. Pauline embarked on a multi-year journey and now has received her certification as a licensed Unity teacher. With her message, Dilemmas and Delights of Letting Go, Part 1, join me in welcoming our platform speaker, our beloved Pauline Duncan-Thrasher.
Thanks, Dawn. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dawn, and welcome everybody. And we are joyous, even though our beloved Blue Jays did not win. So we release any sadness or disappointment over the outcome of a sporting event. Welcome to all of you, to our guest Joe, to anybody else who stepped in. Dilemmas and delights of letting go. Yesterday we had a rummage sale. And for all those many Unity members who contributed so much, it was probably not that hard to let go of objects that were cluttering up your house, even ones that you liked. And I noticed that many of the people who let go of the objects immediately bought more objects. How do you figure? But I'm not here to talk about letting go of objects. That's the easy part. We all know the tough part. Letting go of ingrained habits, ways of reacting, and Jim referred to one. How many of us yell at the radio or yell at the news? Oh, you can put your hand up, it's okay. It becomes so ingrained. And why is that? Because we are right. We are so proud of our rightness. How can we let go of that? A monk was asked, "How do you stay so peaceful?" And he said, "I say yes to everything that happens." That yes is not saying, "I love everything that's happening." It's saying, let go of what bugs me. Let go of the negatives. Let go of all that's horrible and unpleasant. And it's our thoughts that really ensnare us. Our negative thoughts, our demeaning thoughts, our dismissive thoughts of who we are because of what other people might say about us. So this next story is devoted to a couple I dearly love, and they know who they are. I'm not even going to mention their name. A few days ago, Thursday to be exact, October 30th, I went for my senior's driving test. And by seniors, I mean over 80 driving tests. A couple of years ago, I went to Exeter Road. Those who live in London know it's quite a big, expansive driving area. Walked up to the desk, was welcomed as though I was a VIP. I thought, woo, this is pretty special. Taken into a very large, very quiet room with seniors sitting on both sides of the table. We all looked at each other with appreciation, mutual respect, a little bit of nervousness. Will we pass this test? And the test was fairly simple. Draw a clock. And then on the clock, show 10 to 11. And I had to stop and think, the shorthand goes to the 10 or the 11? But I did it. And then a little vision test, looking through a lens. I passed. Thursday was a different atmosphere. If you know commissioners in Adelaide Service Ontario, it's a long, narrow room, narrower than our sanctuary. Noisy. No special VIP treatment. No. Except there were 5 white plastic chairs inside the front door. There was one woman sitting down. She looked like a senior. I smiled. I asked her why she was there. She said, I don't like standing. There was a long row of people, all noisily talking, waiting for their drivers, their truckers, their health insurance. It was a noisy room. But there was a sign that said, appointment only. I had an appointment for 10:30. So I walked up to the wicket, same noisy room, a very tired-looking, very pregnant young woman said, when's your appointment? 10:30. Well, sit over there. Just wait. So I sat in the plastic chair. Meantime, the woman beside me finally went and joined the line. Door opened, and in came a man with nice, shiny, black shoes, well-dressed, with a cane, walking with difficulty. He looked at me and said, you here for the test? And I said, senior's test. He eased himself very painfully into the chair. Then he noticed the wait sign, walked up. She must have said, go back and sit down. This is the part that you will enjoy. He said to me, I guess this is the place for the geezers to wait. I didn't say, I'm not a geezer. Don't call me a geezer. I don't know what, it was unity training that caused me to respond the way I did. I didn't know this man. I looked at him and I said, you're not a geezer. You're a wise, wonderful person. I was saying it as much for myself as for him. But he said, tell that to my wife. We better be very careful about how we think about ourselves at whatever age we are. And if we take on phrases like geezer, cranky old man, somebody I dearly loved called himself that in this past week, and I wanted to say, get over it. Throw that phrase out. This is not just about seniors, but it's about our ways of thinking. If you're a young person in your 30s and you are entrapped in old ways of being, old ways of thinking, oh, I'll never go anywhere, and believing what people in your family tell you about yourself, you might want to read a book that I recently picked up called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It. This was written by a man called Kamal Ravikant. He was a CEO of a very successful business. His business went under. And he went under too. He fell into depression. Has that ever happened to you when you were so engaged in some activity some goal, some vision, and it went, and you went right down with it. And maybe your body reacted to your disappointment. Maybe you started to feel tired or get headaches, or you just wanted to stay in bed. Those are perhaps natural reactions to feeling disappointed. And he went through all that. And then he started to think to himself, what attitude could I take on to replace my sadness, my despair, my disappointment? And he came up with something that we at Unity talk about all the time. L-O-V-E, love. But he attached it to loving himself. Recognizing a truth that we all know. If we don't love ourselves, and we're just waiting for the world to love us because we're charming, or we smile, or we wear nice clothes, forget it. We cannot count on others to love us because they might go through awful times and they're not available to love us. Here at Unity, we believe that each of us is divine presence shining in the world. And for those new to Unity, they might say, ugh, blasphemy. You're saying that you're God? We're saying that we are divine presence, that God created us. That when Jesus said, I am the light of the world, and so are you, shine with this light. Well, you can't shine if you're holding on to all the negative junk. You can't shine if you think you're less than. Now, this author doesn't talk about God, but he does talk about how he went through figuring out how to love himself, and it was not quick and easy. He started with forgiving. I'm not even going to ask you to put your hands up. It's okay. I know I do that a lot. Just in your mind right now, consider the times in your life when you've knocked yourself around because you made a mistake. Or maybe you reacted angrily to someone and you say, oh, why was I so mad at that person? Why did I say hurtful things? And you wish you could take it all back. So what this man did, Kamal, he wrote down everything he could think of that he needed to forgive himself for. Now, I mean, that would take a lot of writing for most of us. But he wrote it all down. And he took several times and work to write it. And then he reminded himself, I forgive myself. And there could be people in your life who are no longer in your life. And you need to forgive yourself for having hurt them or having allowed yourself to be hurt by them. So the act of forgiveness was paramount in his learning to love himself. And then he made a vow, a commitment, a promise to love himself. Could you do that? Because I'm going to invite you to do that between now and the next time I speak, which is 2 weeks from today. And why did he choose love? Because it's the strongest emotion. Because it overshadows fear, doubt, shame, guilt, or blame. All of those feelings that we may have experienced in our past and maybe are still experiencing. He didn't say, I choose to like myself. I choose to respect myself. I choose to admire myself. It was, I choose to love myself. And he had ways of doing that, looking in the mirror. Only his eyes. I love myself. you might think, well, that sounds like an ego trip. It wasn't really. He knew what we all know. If we don't love ourselves, we can't love other people. If we don't love ourselves, we have no love to share with others. And if we don't love ourselves, we're kicking away the gift that God gave us, the gift of divine presence shining forth in our world. So loving ourselves is tender, gentle, sustaining, persevering. And that's what he did. Did a few other things that I won't mention right now because I'll save them for the next time. That's maybe enough to think of. He repeated that phrase to himself over and over and over. And every time a negative thought came into his head, every time he wanted to revert to his old habit of dissing himself, or maybe calling himself a geezer. I said that to Dawn before I began. I said, Dawn, are you familiar with the word geezer? And she broke out laughing. Every time he replaced it with, I love myself. So it's being mindful. That great book that Lorraine is leading us, facilitating our book study every Tuesday morning by John Bruno about mindfulness. Getting rid or letting go of habits that don't work for us only works. It only works if we are willing to be mindful of what isn't working. And are you willing to go through that hard work of saying, maybe I was wrong to keep this habit of eating chocolate every time I feel like it. Or maybe I was wrong in choosing not to phone people because I don't feel like being on the telephone. When we are willing to take a good, mindful, clear-eyed look at our lives, we will be able to do the next step. And another book that I bought was by Michael Beckwith at our book sale. And those of you who are familiar with Michael Beckwith know that he's a well-known visionary. He's written many books. And this was a prayer that he created. I forgive myself for any ways in which I knowingly or unknowingly caused hurt or harm to any living being or creature. I forgive all who have ever hurt or harmed me. Everything between us is now cleared up. I am free and they are free, free in the freedom of our true nature, cleaning our inner and outer households. So as you cleaned out your basement of some of the things or your closets, we also can clean out our inner. And that's the delight. The dilemma is that we hold on to it. It's like sticky habits, like Velcro. But once we let go, it's freeing. We think, wow, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Michael Beckwith talks about darkness being the absence of light. The absence of light. Is that in your world right now? In any way? Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a habit. Maybe it's your way of, guess I'll just sit back and watch rather than being involved. Oh, I think I'm over the hill. I'm not going to be involved. I saw someone yesterday who got here. She was here before I was. Her husband said she got up, set the alarm for 6:30. And she was over there selling jewelry all day long at our rummage sale. And those of us who were here know who that person was. She kept a smile the whole time. Her husband came later. She smiled at him. She gave him a big hug. He looked at her with admiration in his eyes, as we all look at her with admiration. And there were other people here. They let go of maybe a natural wish to just stay home and be comfortable. And instead, they took on a new way of being, coming out here and being active and involved. And Suzanne, who's probably home resting, I don't blame it, who organized this whole rummage sale and just worked. And I could name everybody else who was here. You know who you were. So between Suzanne and Teresa, they were our heroes. And Dawn. And Kate. Now I will start to name them all. I better stop, okay? They know who they are. Each time our mind shifts to darkness, and this was from Camel. He gave this image. When our mind shifts with darkness, pretend you've got a cloth and you wipe the window of your mind and let the light shine through. Think of it. Your mind shifts to a dark thought, a negative thought. You get the cloth and you go rub, 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 and the light will shine through. Unless you're so attached to the negative that you don't want to let it go. That's up to you. That's your choice. And that's an awesome choice. And it's a chance to shine or stay in the darkness. The most comforting words from Jesus, and there are many. I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. And at Unity, we have many, many heroes. We have a Buddha here representing peace and serenity. We have a picture of Jesus, not my favorite picture, but a picture. And no matter how you picture Jesus, the words of Jesus, I am the light of the world. Believe in me, and you can let go of the darkness. That is such a comfort. And believing in Jesus is believing in love, believing in your own light. Dark moments of despair need not last. We let go of the despair to make space for the delight of inner, shiny presence. And a couple of questions from Michael Beckwith that I invite you to think of over the next 2 weeks. Right now, who do you think you are? What are your qualities? And Lorraine asked us to look in the back of our mindfulness book and list our qualities. Those who are in the book study, did you do it yet? Yay, Amber did it. Kate did it. Dawn did it. I did it. Renee did it. There were many qualities. Choose 6. What qualities define the person you perceive yourself to be right now? Review your list of qualities. Do you want to be something other or more than you perceive yourself to be? Do you? If you do, get ready to do some work. The inner work, the liberating work, the releasing work. And then make your vow. Our beloved Unity co-mentor, Myrtle Fillmore, did that work when she found a way through prayer and meditation to release herself from a lifelong image of fragility. Now, I expect that that was maybe harder than we might think. If you're fragile, if you view yourself as fragile, what do you get for that? Sorry? More fragility. You get people saying, aw, poor you, I'll help you, I'll hold you up. And I'm not saying that we deliberately choose fragility. And that just came to my mind. My mother had a nickname for me when I was living with my mother. Petal. Not flower, not rose, petal. One little bit of a flower. And at the time, I thought it was sort of cute. Now I look back and I think, was that a strengthening kind of nickname? But that was how I saw myself then. And thanks to unity, my own inner strength has grown. Thanks to unity. Now I have a little tiny booklet. And because we have one guest, I just wanted to read this. And for all of us. This is a little booklet called Pocket Unity. And I often get asked, what is unity? And sometimes I go on and on. This is very compressed. Unity is a non-denominational spiritual movement over 100 years old that emphasizes the divine potential within every child of God and teaches that through a practical understanding and application of what Jesus taught, every person can realize and express his or her divine potential for a happier, fuller, and more successful life. Does that make you want to say, yay, unity? I'm so glad I'm here. Made me want to say that. So your homework then is to let go of something that is keeping you from being who you want to be. Figure out, what are your qualities right now? Is there another quality you would like to add? And if so, how? And I'm going to ask you in 2 weeks, I'm going to say, everybody put their hand up if you did that homework. And I hope everybody will put your hand up because I trust you. This is for you. It's a little gift. What are my qualities? That's a good one. That's the delight. And you all have qualities. Are there any that you would like to add? And if adding a new quality means letting go of a habit, then let go of the habit and get ready to embrace that new quality. We will now go into, with that thought in mind, just picture yourself here in 2 weeks saying, yay, I did my homework. We now go into meditation. I invite you to relax into your chair. Just ground yourself. Feet on the floor, being present in this moment. Being gratefully present for being here now, today, with positive energy surrounding you. The light and love of God embracing you. If you want to close your eyes, do so. If not, just relax. We're going to relax from the top of our head, crown of our head. We do this sometimes in our daily prayer. Relax your forehead. Let go of any creases or wrinkles of worry or disappointment. Let go of any discouragement. You might want to just lower your chin to your chest. Maybe your back of your neck made a little creaky noise. That's okay. Just oil the creeks. And then ear to shoulder, ear to other shoulder. You might want to shrug a little bit backwards, like giving yourself a little physical massage and forward. And fingers clenched tight, and then opening up and relaxing. We relax our body because we want to open our mind and our heart to the inflow of divine presence, which is already there anyhow, but our awareness that divine presence is in us, shining through us. In the next few moments, I invite you just to breathe into your abdomen. Your phrase could be, I shine with the light of love. I shine with the light of love. Then breathe out and say thank you. Breathe in. Hold it for a second. I shine with the light of love. Breathe out a thank you. And you might throw in a smile. So you do that for the next few moments. As you return with awareness, hopefully nourished, letting go of the junk, not the thing junk, the mental junk. Rejoice in your awareness and your freedom, that feeling of appreciation and gladness for shining as love in this world. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Thank you, Pauline. That was a wonderful talk. I want to just say that we can't shine if we're holding on to a lot of junk. That really stuck with me. But I choose to love myself, so I'm going to get rid of that junk. Good job. Okay, so now we have one final fantastic song by Jim.
Do other people feel that way? Yes. With Pauline? And nothing against any of our other speakers, because we have wonderful speakers. But every time Pauline speaks, I'm sitting there, and it's just as though she's talking right to me. I don't know how you do that. Well, it's a gift, I guess, isn't it? It's a gift. I was going to. I had picked out two tunes today, and I told you already that I dumped one of them. And I'm gonna, if I can find this other one here, I'm gonna replace it too, because I think this is. I think this is more appropriate for what Pauline was talking about than the one I was gonna do. The only trouble is I don't know what key it's in because I didn't write it down. So. Yeah, it'll work. That'll work. It's about love, and it's about loving yourself, and it's about loving other people too. One of the ways I think that we love ourselves is by loving other people and helping other people and reaching out to other people. Your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. 'Cause the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Another day goes by and still the children cry, put a little love in your heart. We want the world to know, and we won't let hatred grow, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Here we go. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Won't you put a little love in your heart? Take a good look around, and if you're feeling down, put a little love in your heart. I hope you decide kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and say, oh, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Oh, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Let's do it now. Here we go. Love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Oh, put a little love in your heart. Everybody, put a little love in your heart. Remember to put a little love in your heart.
That was a final fantastic song, Jim. Everybody was so clapping and cheering. Wow, that was fantastic. Okay, so now we have our donations. Ooh, I'll just move that. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is the time for us to share our treasures with our spiritual community. As the blue bag goes around, please hold your hand over the bag and bless it before you pass it on. We affirm prosperity and abundance for Unity of London and all spiritual communities in all forms and all realms, body, mind, and spirit. We have our collectors. Thank you so much. And we will say our prosperity blessing together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So it is. And we have a few announcements. Evening prayer and meditation is now happening Tuesdays at 8 o'clock for 15 minutes. And that will be also their spiritual leader office hours. Pauline, that is Pauline, and she is here on Fridays from 1 to 3 p.m. That's wonderful. And our daily word for November, December is now available in the bookstore, $10 for your copy. It's large print, so it's really nice and easy to read. And Sunday, November 9th, next Sunday, is Volunteer Appreciation Day. So there'll be lots of certificates and refreshments going around, so we'll all enjoy that, I'm sure. November 23rd, we'll have a brief town hall update. It's just a quickie, and just right after the service, and so will be followed by fellowship. And the Sacred Circle is on today again at 12 until 1. And Wednesday music nights continue with Jim. And the Purple Hill Gang, my goodness, John P. Allen, Brent Jones, Guy Mallinson, Carolyn Birchall, Dale Rivard, and Rhythm Rascals. My goodness. That's quite a lineup. So, big show. Everybody come on out and support Jim and his friends. So that's wonderful. And let's just do our final costume. Where am I? Let us pray for the prayer of protection. So the light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. And wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yay, God. And let's all gather in a circle and sing our peace song. So let's just bring up the people on Zoom when you get a chance, Lorraine, and see if they have anything they would like to say.